Hi, my name is Rakesh Singh and I welcome you on this jQuery video session. Thank you so much for joining Naresh IT Technologies video session. In this today video session, we are going to discuss Listbox examples using jQuery, and it is a part 1 in which we'll have discussion about one example. So in this video session, we'll discuss about following example: how to display text and values of all selected option in a list box. When a user click the submit button, means we have a list box with a list of options and need to display text and value of all the selected option whenever user click the submit button. Means user has selected some options, and if user click on the submit button, then it should identify what are the options are selected and get their text, get their value or display on the page. If none of the option is selected, then display no option selected message on the page. So this example using jQuery functionality we are going to implement in our web page. So let's move on to the development environment, and I am going to use Visual Studio, in which there is a one website project is created with one page, nothing but some name.html, and in that page we are going to complete this example with the jQuery functionality. So this is the development environment where I am having an object that how to create list box. List box can be also created using the HTML select tag, and list box is mainly used for what? Multiple selection. So if you want to make a select tag to be represented in the form of list box, then you just use one attribute called multiple equals to what? Multiple. So what I am having here right now, select option, or I can give select options. User may select many options. Here I am having the HTML select tag. ID I have given what is it? Listbox1. And attribute what I am giving? Multiple equals to multiple. Whenever select tag is created with one attribute multiple equals to multiple, this select tag will be represented in the form of list box, which allows a user to select multiple options. If remove this multiple equals to multiple, the same select tag will be represented as a drop down list in which allows a user to select any single option, not multiple option. So here I am having the list of options, and for each option I have given some value for testing purpose, and there is a text between the opening tag of option and closing tag of the option. Right. So among these all list of 5 options, user may select any one, or user may select what? Multiple options. What options are selected, that needs to be identified and get their text and get their value to display onto the page into this div with ID div result. Whenever user click on the what? This button, means if it is going to submit, then it should display into what? This div result, the complete selected option, their text and their what is it? Values. So this is how it is going to display onto the page. So open the browser window, and here I have loaded my HTML page. You can observe select option, nothing but options should come. So select options, and here what is the list of options are available. Till now any options are selected? No. If I click on submit, then whenever submit happen, identify any options are selected? No. If no options are selected, display your message no option selected. If user select any option 1, and user may select multiple option by holding the control key from the keyboard, third option, fourth option. So option number 1, option 3, option 4, means 3 options are selected. Click on submit, then display selected options are their text and their what is it? Values. This is the example we are going to implement using the jQuery functionality in our HTML web page. So what we'll do that, come to development environment, and here in a head section I am having the script jQuery library reference. We have another script in which a ready event method is registered to the what? Document object, means entire jQuery code to be performed as soon as document is fully ready at the what side? Client side. So what will do that now? $of btn submit dot what is it? Click event function percentage nothing but body open and body close. Means our requirement is as soon as user click on the button, that is what button submit. So then only this all operation to be performed. So we are going to write code what on the click event of the what is it button submit. So using jQuery ID selector we are selecting the one button and we are going to attach a click event, and for that we are going to define the function body is open, function body close, click event is close, and write the code over here. Now what is the requirement? Once the click event fired, then try to identify among the all list of option at least any one option is selected or not. If none of the options selected, then display message no option selected. If any one or multiple options selected, then proceed and get the all selected option and try to fetch their text and try to fetch their value one by one, concatenate and try to display onto the page. So for this purpose, if $of hash list box 1 space option means using the selector expression selecting all the options which are available into one element that has an ID of what list box 1, and among these all option anyone is selected or not selected, how to check by using the method is of colon checked. This is method colon of checked is going to check whether anyone is checked or not. If at least one also is checked, one option also is checked, then it returns what true. So you may write here what condition equals to true means if what returns true, if true equals to true means anyone is selected, then proceed for the task to get their text and get their value. If no one is selected, it returns what false. So false equals to true, no, it should go to what else part. So you can write double equals to true, or even the do not write, then also by default checks for what is a true condition only. Opening, closing. And what is the next one? Else part. So if it is checked anyone, here I am writing what checked, no, it should be here what written selected, not checked, because checked selector expression we use for what checkbox radio button, not for what drop down list, not for what is it list box. So here what should be there? Selected. Yes, means all the options which are inside the one element that has an ID of list box 1, if anyone is selected, returns what is it true. If no one is selected, what returns false. So I am writing what is it colon selected. So suppose no one is selected, go to which part? Else part. Then simply what $of hash div what is it result dot html and message in the b tag style equals to what is it color colon red, and display message no option selected, and b tag is going to be closed. Right. If anyone is option selected or more than one option is selected, then proceed into this if block. So in this what we will write that get all selected option. There is a possibility user has selected more than one option because it is a list box with multiple selection. So what we will write where selected options equals to $of hash list box 1 space what is it option colon what is it selected. So again I repeat, whenever button submit is going to click, then we are going to check condition if hash list box 1 space option dot is of colon selected, not colon checked. Please remember, checked expression only use with the word radio button and checkbox. If we are working with a drop down list or list box, then always need to check whether anyone is selected or not by using what colon selected expression. Right. If it is selected, don't know one selected, don't know more than one selected. Whatever selected, all the selected option we have to fetch. Then where selected options one variable in which we are storing all the selected options written by this jQuery selector expressions hash list box 1 space option 1 colon selected. Now after this I am going to clear one variable where texts equals to empty, and one more variable, what is it, values equals to empty. Why these two variable I am declaring? Because I am going to now iterate over the all selected options, and in the iteration going to get one by one all the selected option and getting their text and getting their value, which required to be concatenated, store in one variable, and then all iteration, if it is over, then finally what are the final text and final values are concatenated, that must be displayed onto the page. So for that purpose I am using here one variable, that is what, text, and what is it, values, right. Now what we will do, that we have to iterate over the all selected options. So what we will write, that selected options dot, what is it, each method of function body open and what is it, close. In this we will write code, what, text plus equals to, in this iteration get current element one by one, which is the selected, by using dollar of this dot get the text of the selected option by using what method, text method, concatenate with the what separator, comma separator. Next values plus equals to dollar of this dot what method, val method. To get the value of the selected option we use what method, val method, and also concatenate with the what separator, comma separator, right. So this text and this values concatenation in the iteration for each selected option one by one. Once iteration over, by using what method, jQuery each method. jQuery each method is used to iterate over the list of options or list of any other items. Right now what we required on list of options, which are stored into which variable, selected options variable. Now after this, simply this text and values what finally has been concatenated into the iteration by using the each method, it must be displayed on the page. So once this iteration over by using each method one by one for all selected options, then outside of the iteration need to display it on the page into the one div with the ID of what, div result. So dollar of what is it, hash div result dot html, I want to display like this, b tag selected options, b tag going to close. Down the line nothing but br, and again b tag what is it, texts, and b tag close, plus concatenate what is it, text values, plus in the new line br, and in the bold format one heading as what, values, b tag close, plus what is that, values, and after that semicolon. So div result html selected options, b tag close, in the new line what display, they are all texts by using this text variable data, plus new line heading values and display all the values which are available in these variables, right. This is what finally code we have done that. Let's execute this page. So save it, this page, come to the browser window, already HTML document has been loaded into browser window which require it to be refreshed. So I have refreshed now. Now observe that select options, any of the option is selected right now, no. User is going to click on submit without selecting option. So without selecting any of the option, if user click on submit button, as per our example should display a message on the page, no option selected. So click on the submit, message coming, no option selected. Yes, fine. Now user saying that I want to select some options, option selected, only one selected, no problem. Click on submit. So how many options selected till now in the list box? Only one. So should display selected options are only one. What is their text? One. What is their value? OPT1. So click on submit, displaying selected options, text, what is that? Option 1, and what is the value? OPT1. If you are going to select multiple option, so control key press and hold the control key, one more option selected, one more option selected. So how many options selected? 3 options, option 1, option 2 and option 4, because it is a list box which allows for what selection? Multiple selection. because we have given an attribute in select tag multiple equals to multiple. So this is converted as a list box for what selection? Multiple selections. Now if I click on the submit button, what is going to display? Selected options are, what is the text? Option 1, option 2, option 4. What is their values? OPT1, OPT2, OPT4. This is what we expected to get the result for displaying the text and values of all the selected options. If none of the options selected, then display what is it? No option selected. So suppose now if I again control key hold, click, it is deselected, deselected, deselected. Now no one selected. Click on submit button. So it should display what message? No option selected. Now one more thing observe over here. I am selecting some option, right? Multiple options selected. Click on submit. Displaying the result. But observe here. Here observe that. Option 1, option 2, option 4. After option 4 also one comma is coming. Because in concatenation after last text and after last value also one extra comma is going to create. So people say after there is no option displaying. So why need to display what is this extra comma? So before display the result into the div with id div result, try to think some logic, right? Last comma must be removed and remaining how much text and how much value contents are present, that must be displayed on the page. So for this purpose we have to come to development environment, and here before displaying into div result you put some logic. You extract all the text content start from first character to last character minus 1. Nothing but last character, what is a comma? Minus 1 means what? Except of comma, how much left, that must be extracted in the variable, and that should display onto the page into div with the id div result. So text equals to text dot substring is a method in JavaScript. So what I am going to do that I am going to apply substring method onto what? My text variable which contain the all text content, to extract from the first position which is start with the 0 till the last position of number of characters minus 1, and after extracting again reassign to what variable? Same variable, what is it? Text. So substring of 0 comma text dot length minus 1, right? And similar to that, values equals to values dot substring start from 0. 0 is nothing but first character. Here character indexing start with the word 0. So 0 last character minus 1. So how to get? Values dot length minus 1, right? And after that this text, this value same display into the this element which has an id of div result. Now save it, comes to the page, means a browser window, and refresh the page. Any of the options selected? No. Click on submit, result, no option selected. Fine. Now select option, right? Press the control key and hold that control key from the keyboard and select many of the other option. Now how many options are selected? 3 options. Click on submit. Selected options, you can observe that option 1, option 2, option 4, and you can see that after option 4 not displaying any comma, and in the value also values OPT1, OPT2, OPT4, but not displaying any what is it? Comma separator. So this is the way how we have implemented this example, and this is our final code. It is present on which we are going to apply the click event to which one? Button submit. Then what is the next job we are doing here? Whenever button submit click is going to happen, we are checking any of the option is selected among all the options of Listbox or not by using what? Is method. If it is at least any one option is selected, it returns what is it? True. Then try to find out all the selected options, then create one variable what? Text as well as what? Values, to store their text and their values of the selected options. Then we are going to make what? Iteration over the what? All selected options by using jQuery what method? Each method. So selected options variable which contain all the selected options using this selector expression, and on that we are going to iterate. Iterate means what? Loop by using the what method? Each method, which have the one function. This function will execute number of times, depends on how many options are available into this variable. If this variable contain 3 options, so this each method will iterate how many times? 3 times. So this function will call how many times? 3 times. So for all the times, get the current element by using what? All of this, get their text, concatenate with the comma separator, and the similar way get the what is that value, concatenate with the what comma separator. If iteration is over, then extra comma is going to add into the last text and last value, that must be removed. How? We need to extract from the entire text content, from the entire values content, start from beginning position of the content to the what last position -1, and again reassign to what same variable text and what is their values, and display into the one element with the ID of div result by using HTML method. If none of the option is selected, this expression, this condition become what is that? False. In that case, go to else part and simply display message no option selected into the one element that has an ID of div result by using what? HTML method. So this is the final code of this example. I hope you have been understood. You must need to practice on this example. Thanks for watching Naresh IT Technologies jQuery video session. Keep watching. Subscribe for more videos.